Baccarat, professional for the full-time player or for the side hustle player generating a solid stream of revenue from playing Baccarat in the casino. We all know what the casino is. It's the toughest road game in sports. You go into their house to play by their rules with their officials, and you are in deep water. But if you go in and you're playing Baccarat, that's the game that you have the best chance at. And if you're playing with the King's algorithm, you're very, very strong. We've got people all over the kingdom right now that are making money side hustling right now. I could give you names: Bill Latta and Chuck Ritter, Kevin Sprouse, and Joseph Gurecki. We have others. We have KC Steve won big tonight, and so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about KC Steve. KC meaning Kansas City. He's one of the truckers out there, making sure that all the products get delivered all the time. A great driver, great American. And I'm going to talk a little bit about KC Steve tonight. Crystal Lewis, welcome. Nice to see you here tonight. You still running silent? You running quiet? Living a dream? Sure hoping so. Chuck Ritter, Gil Rary, thank you for your information you sent me. A lot of good data there. Trish Graves, let's talk briefly about the Toronto Blue Jays will be hosting the Yankees, I think, tomorrow night to start the playoffs. And that ought to be a very exciting series right there. Jesse, good evening. How you doing? So we have got KC Steve out there. He just left the casino. And a couple of things that happened at the casino with him tonight. There you go. KC Steve, the Road Warrior, is in the house. Trish Graves is very excited, as you should be. I mean, the Blue Jays had a great year. And the Yankees are a little bit up and down, but they're still the Yankees. And this is a great rivalry, Toronto and New York. I used to go to Toronto to see a weekend series of the Yankees and the Blue Jays. It was a lot of fun getting up there and great restaurants downtown. What a beautiful place Toronto is. Um, so KC Steve, he'll correct me if I make a mistake. KC Steve played tonight, and he was playing black chips, and he was playing by himself, and he was playing chopped pears and chopped trips. That's what he was playing tonight, and Dellin Bearing, and he needed to burn some hands because he's at the table by himself. And the dealer was saying, well, we can give 5 ghost hands, and then the pit boss said, no, he's at a black chip table. You can go 7. So they allowed KC Steve to burn 7 hands to get back to pairs and trips, and KC Steve pulled out of there with a $500 win, putting $500 into KC Steve LLC tomorrow, and that's exactly how you do it. You build yourself, you be humble, you be precise, and no matter what you're playing, even if you were playing only, I've done some things lately that I'll say here. I've been trying to see what is the most reliable one bet, and interestingly enough, after over 1,000 shoes, I've been keeping close count. The chop pairs is a very, very good way of playing. It is a very good way of playing, and you do get a lot of bets too. But interestingly enough, the higher percentage chop winner is the doggone chop trips. It's even better than the chop quads or chop quints. There's something about that triple bet of having 3 in a row that leans itself to being, it's about a 50, just so when I say nothing is a slam dunk 100%, is coming out right now at about a 56 to 44% edge of chopping a trip rather than going to a quad. 44% of the time so far it's going to a quad. That shows you how close I do my calculations. And a 56% is the chop rate. Now, the chop pairs are coming out at about a 52% chop and about a 48% fail to chop. Now, that too does ordinarily yield the profit because you're even over 50. Anytime you're at 50 or higher, you're going to make money with Dellin Bear. But interestingly enough so far, and I'll keep testing it, but the trip is the chip is the greater chance of chopping. But we're going to pause right for a second and say congratulations to KC Steve. That's how he played it. He said correct. They let him burn 7 hands. He was playing black chips. That's one of the reasons he won 500 tonight. And I don't know if you're going to go to the single bets of betting single pairs or betting single trips, or you're going to do what I'm going to show you tonight, because I'm going to show something a little different tonight. I'm going to take a chance on something because you guys know that this is instructive, and if I get my head handed to me, it's because I was just trying something a little bit different. We tonight are going to chop singles. I'm going to play one bet, betting that when a single comes up, that it's going to be followed by the opposite side. And we're going to Dellum Barrett at $100 as a session win. We're going to go plus $100 minus 90. We're going to start with the baseball bet. Take a chance. So we're going to start with a 3-bet martingale that a banker is going to come up. We're going to try to win our very first time there. Yeah, Casey, you'd love Crystal. She's a Plainfield, Indiana girl that I met just kind of by luck on my trip back on Southwest from Vegas, and she was a wonderful conversation partner next to me, and she's joined us here in the Kingdom, learning Baccarat, and that's really, really nice. We'll love having her. So we are going to go right away with $100 on the banker, and we're going to see, can we get a banker win out of these 3 hands. This is the baseball bet like we played during the baseball season. So we're betting that 1 out of 3 times this bank will win. Let's see if it can pull it off or not. We started at 3,507,200. So you see we're at 100 now. There is the banker bet. Oh, right. So we got a loss. We're going to martingale it. 2 losses. Oh, don't do it to me, Chuck. Thank goodness gracious. That's all it takes is the one when you're martingaling. And so we picked up 80 bucks there. That's enough for the session win. I'm going to lose 280 now before we go to the chop singles because I just want to get rid of this. Let's just lose it. But we did get ourselves a win on the third. So the banker baseball bet prevailed after all. So now we're at 3,507,000. That's where I want to be. We've got 1 session win, and we've got a player bet there. So here's what I would do. I'm going to bet banker for $100. If it repeats the player, then we're going to wait for a new chop. But I'm going to bet trying to win session number 2 with $100 on the bank right here. There is 2 wins. We didn't need, they piled on getting that one. So we have won 2 sessions already. We won a baseball bet, and then we won a chop bet. Now, because it chopped, we're still in the game. So I'm going to bet $100 on the player right now and see, can we get another win? This would be the 3rd session win if we could pull it off. Could not do it. Okay, so we're going to add 10 units of $10 to the bet when we get a new chop. We don't have a chop now. I got to get a chop bet, and then we will do it. So we got a no bet. We got a KC Steve ghost hand coming here. Is that 3 banks in a row? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're still observing. We need to chop over the player. Ties coming up. Okay, so with that player win, we're going to go to $200 on the banker, trying to get a chop. Can't get it. I like doing this anyway because I like it when we have trouble. And like I said, this is instructive, so it doesn't really matter. We've already won 2 sessions anyway, so we would have already left. So we got 3 player wins there. Four. There is the quad. And with that banker win, so we're going to bet at $300 on the player here that we could chop that banker. Can't do it, so we're going to carry on with a $400 bet. Nothing but streaks, no chops here. This is going to make that third session even harder to win, but that's part of the deal of being instructive in its nature. So that is a player win. So now we're going to bet $400 on the bank, going up another $100. Making it tough on me. So far, this chop bet wasn't that good of an idea. Well, it was good for 2 sessions anyway. So what do we got here? We got three players here. Four. And with that bank, we're going to bet $500 on the player here. See if we could get a chop. Okay, we managed to get it. So now our next bet is going to be 410. And we're going right on with it because we have a chop there. So we're going 410 on the banker. Let's see if we can catch this. And that 410 puts us back to within $15 of our bet. But I'm going to go ahead and go to a $320 bet. That's way too much. So the next bet's going to be $120. If I went down $90, it's $320. But what we're going to do is we're going to bet $120. So we don't dig too deep of a hole, and we're trying just to get the 1 session win anyway. So this is a $120 bet on Audible that I would encourage you guys to do as well. This is a $120 bet on the player that he can chop that single banker. And he did. So that is the third session win. That's up 105. We started at 3,507,000 even. So we've won 3 sessions. I'm going to lose this 105 here. And we're going to go for the 4th session. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got a single banker, so I'm going to bet $100 on the player and see can we keep this streak of chops going. $100 on the player, trying to chop one more time. Couldn't do it. Okay, so we're going to go to 200 on the next. That's 2 banker wins, so we're going to wait for a chop, and we're going to go to a $200 bet. There it is. So we're going to bet 200 on the banker. This is the 4th session. Digging those holes. Joint king. $300 is the bet. We got more streaking from the player, yep. Okay, with that one, we're going to go to 300 on the player. Hoping to keep a chop going. Making sure I've got the right bet down there. That $300 bet brings us dead even, so the next bet is $100. 3,507,000 is even. We got a player win, so we're going to try to chop it with a banker. A $100 bet would do it if we could get it done. And we did. That's 4 sessions, folks. So we're all set tonight. We won 4 sessions. We won a baseball bet, then we won 3 chops. This is the way this looks. And if you just analyze it from the autopsy way, you can see that there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chops here tonight. Chops do get streaky. That's how you can make the money so quick. And I'm going to continue to work this because this does give you more bets. And if you look back here as well, here's one of the other things to do. If we were with KC Steve playing chop pairs and trips, I'm going to show you what happens here. He wins there, and he loses and he wins. That's the loss and that's the win because he's doing them both. Then you have 2 losses. Then you have a loss and a win here and here. Then you have 2 losses. And then you have a win. That's the pair win. And then you have a loss and a win. So if I'm looking at it, I'm saying he's plus 10 units. And then he's minus 1. Then he's plus 11. Then he's minus 2. I'm going up 10, down 9 is what I'm doing. And then he's minus 12. And then he's minus 22. That's the 3 losses in a row there. Then he's plus 32. And that is a reset to minus 10, minus 20, plus 30, minus 21, plus 31. So if we played it out this way, I've got 21, 53, 83, 114, 21, 41, 51. I've got plus 114 minus 88. So that's 26 units KC Steve would have been up playing that. That's playing $10 units is plus $260. One of the other things you'll see here is if you played just the chop triple, you win here, then you lose 1 time. Then you win here, then you lose 1 time, and then you win here. So if I did that using plus 10 minus 9, then that's a plus 10. Going down 9 units is a minus 1. Going up 10 units is a plus 11. If you only played the chop triple, you win here, you lose 1 bet there, you win here, you lose 1 bet there. Now you're going plus 10 minus 9, and you win here. And so plus 10 minus 9 is plus 20, plus 18, that is plus 30 units in 5 hands played. So that's plus $300 right there, just playing the chop triple. That's why I'm trying to show you that there are lots of ways for us to make our money. Most of it is residing in the bet. The bet's where most of it is in. If we don't just quit after one session winning 10 units, which I encourage you to do. But if you win 10 and then you lose the 1 unit and then you win the 11 units, well, you're up 20 units right now. And that was what was happening. So to all of you guys, thank you very much. Most of the congratulations to KC Steve. I thank all of you guys for being here tonight, and for all the guys. Soup Campbell sent me stuff. Gil Rary sent me stuff, and it's still going over with Soup, going over the actuarial. And that doggone Joseph Gurecki's at Yellowstone tonight. He is up at Yellowstone. I'm not even absolutely sure. I think it's like mostly in Wyoming, but a little bit maybe in Idaho. But Joseph Gurecki he's living a dream out there, touring the great, out there in the plains, looking at all the beauties that is America. So good for him. And he sends me pictures, and just love the guy. I'll always remember our night at the Rio quite fondly. So to all of you, hey, Ron, thank you, and good night to everybody. Chuck Ritter, thank you, sir. Hit that like button. I appreciate all of you so very much. And doggone it, I'm just going to say it. Tomorrow night, go Jays. Let's get them. Let's win one at home for the good guys. Thank you to all of you. Have a great Friday night. I'll be back with you tomorrow night, and I'll be doing more autopsies tomorrow, trying to distinguish these things. But right now, that chop the triple single bet looks really, really good. So more coming to you. You bet on that too, Trish. Love you.